Now, I have always been a bookworm. When I was 9, I even won an award for being an avid, spontaneous reader. My reward was a book, of course, and it was a beautifully illustrated version of The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Growing up, my room was full of shelves upon shelves of paperbacks and hardcovers. I kept a journal to remember all of the books I'd ever read, along with my overall ratings of them. I scorned people who bent the corners of pages instead of using a bookmark. I could not imagine marking up a book with a highlighter or pen, and I absolutely hated when book spines cracked or covers bent. When ebooks came on the scene, I thought they were absolutely ridiculous. Why would I want to read on a digital device when I could hold a lovely book in my hand, when I could smell the pages and have the satisfaction of turning a physical page? I was, in short, a book fanatic. I tell you all of this because I am never not surprised that I am now an ebook advocate. It all started when I began the last years of my high school years. Before, my amazing parents supplied me with all the books I could ever need, ever, and I never blinked an eye at the price on the back covers. When I started working in the food industry and getting my own paychecks and my own money, my parents then made this hobby my responsibility, and boy was I in complete sticker shock. I never realized books hovered around $20 a piece. At the peak of my adolescent reading, I was averaging around 2 to 4 books a week. You can now imagine why I searched for ways to make this passion of mine cheaper and more accessible. I stumbled upon Amazon's Kindle and never really looked back since. So first and foremost, I want to say that the Kindle is not there to replace the experience of reading a book, but rather it's a device which is meant to enhance your reading experience in a way that a physical book just cannot do. So, with that being said, this is my sales presentation. Why bookworms should get the Kindle. Moving from an ebook, specifically the Amazon Kindle, solved a lot of my problems and inconveniences. Some that I was probably pretty aware of at the time. Some of these issues included the ebooks are much more portable than physical books, and I can carry hundreds to thousands of these books on one single device that weighs less than half a pound. I don't have to go to the store to buy them. They download on your device within a matter of minutes, so yay for instant gratification. And I have unlimited book stock. Digital books never run out of stock because they're digital. Now, while these features are beneficial by themselves, I want to discuss 4 specific reasons as to why purchasing an Amazon Kindle is right for you. Now, the first is user-friendliness. One of the biggest reasons why you should consider buying a Kindle is its user-friendliness. The foremost thing that a book reader wants to know is how convenient it is to read a book on the Kindle. The slim and sleek design and the lightweightness of the Kindle makes it extremely comfortable to read, even while you're laying down on the couch, on a bus, sunbathing, on the go. Due to its lightweightness, you can read it holding in your hands for longer durations at a time without causing any kinds of strain to you. You can instantly translate passages into various languages, such as Spanish, Japanese, French, etc. You can do this by highlighting any words or paragraphs through Bling Translate. You also don't need to run to your dictionary or the search bar every time you come across unfamiliar terms while reading. You can simply assess the meaning and definitions by using Smart Lookup, without obstructing your reading flow. The user-friendly interface also makes it very easy to navigate through your library and Kindle store. Thanks to Amazon Pay, now you can buy any book with just one click by adding money to your Amazon Pay wallet. Easy on the eyes. The content in the Kindle can be adjusted to 8 different text sizes. So if your eyes are feeling exhausted, you can maximize the font size according to your preference. Now, a huge technological advance in the e-reading world comes with the innovation or invention of e-ink. Now, e-ink displays are referred to as reflective displays. So in an LCD or emissive display, light from a backlight is projected through multiple different directions towards your eyes. So in an e-ink display, no backlight is used. Rather, ambient light from the environment is reflected from the surface of the display back to your eyes. So this e-paper display is filled with really tiny ink capsules, which gives electronic charges. Some of the ink in each capsule is white, while some is black. Using electronic fields, The display rearranges the ink to show different things on the screen. That rearranging takes a very small amount of power, but when it's done, it shuts off. So keeping an image on a screen doesn't require any battery power at all for the user. So the e-ink display, built-in light, and the optimized font technology makes Kindle less strained to use for a longer duration of time. So unlike smartphones and tablets, the Kindle has a glare-free screen which does not reflect light in your own eyes. Let's face it, the Kindle also saves us physical space. Now, as a book lover, you won't mind having a huge collection of books that you can boast about to your friends and family members. Having many physical books does come with its own set of disadvantages, like making lots of rooms to your house and with books. So with a minimum storage capacity of 8 gigabytes, a Kindle can store more than 1,000 books with zero physical space required. Of course, except for the physical space for housing your Kindle itself, which I'm sure you definitely have. Now, last but not least, let's talk about money. The highly affordable prices of ebooks available on the Kindle store is a big enough reason to invest in a Kindle. Unlike physical books, the Kindle version of the books are dirt cheap, as a digital book does not require the hassle of printing, binding, and let's not forget about those shipping costs you have to pay to get it. The price difference between the physical and digital version of the book makes it worthwhile enough to buy one. To put it in simple terms, you can read both Game of Thrones and the Harry Potter novels just for the price of one of the above book series. So I wanted to put that statistic to the test. So I conducted a little research. I found Amazon charts their top 10 most sold and most read books of the week for the week of 5/30/2021. I then found the hardback price and the Kindle price, both listed respectively on Amazon's website. And then I found that on average, you save about $1.50 by switching to the ebook format. So in terms of bang for your buck, the Amazon Kindle Paperwhite reigns pretty supreme as the flat-out best Kindle. Not only does it display a crisp 300 ppi panel supported by solid black lighting, but it also offers waterproof protection and at least 8 gigabytes worth of storage. The device costs a little more than half as much as the Kindle Oasis, which is $250, coming in at around $129.99. It's also thinner and lighter than the 3rd-gen Paperwhite, and its display is much more flush to the body. On top of these features that I listed here, the Paperwhite is also touchscreen, has a battery life that lasts up to 6 weeks, and has improved typography. So, in conclusion, even the most bookish of worms see the amazing capabilities and possibilities that an Amazon Kindle has to offer. So coming from a complete reading enthusiast, you need to add the Amazon Kindle to your bedside table.